Hello, everyone. Is it working? Can everyone hear me all right? All right. So, without spending any more time, I want to just get straight into the topic which I have is salesman is actually a super or a superior man. And can they play a role in climate change? So, have you ever thought that a salesperson can play a role in fixing this issue with the climate change? Our social system does not allow us to think in this light because we don't see salespeople in a very bright light. I guess this is a block which we have to break. And let's explore with me in next 15 minutes whether this is possible or have we actually really seen them in the right light. So for 3 seconds, close your eyes and think of a salesperson. 1, 2, 3. What did you picture? Something good or not so good? Did you picture a pushy, desperate person who is trying to take your money? Now I want you to look at these things. Your laptop, your phone, your suit, your car, your house. Do you love them? And now answer me a question. Who handed this over to you? Who gave this to you? Yes, it was a salesperson. Now, I also know that most of this, if not all of these, are actually better than what you originally planned to buy. And it was the salesperson who gave you something which is better. Tell me, have you ever gone to buy a dress and bought that dress? Or you bought something which was better? And tell me if you love it or not. Often we do not picture their role in our lives to be constructive, to be something which is very positive. All professions are great. Although I'm here to talk about a new perspective about how you look at salespeople and what they can do to help you in this great objective of changing the climate change itself. Now, before I go anywhere, I want to ask all of you, have you been a salesperson yourself ever? Probably after you see this, you can answer it better. This is a father telling a son, son, if you get good grades this year, I'll get you a bike. Picture this. This is a daughter telling a mother, Mom, I have finished my homework. Can I go and dance now? This is a mother speaking to her daughter, Princess, if you don't take this medicine, how will you get well? Now, here is a son speaking to his family. Well, this iPad is very slow. It doesn't have even the app for me to do the homework. Can we buy a new iPad? Now, this is a girl like you who's saying, now I have prepared everything for the exams. I'm going to ace it. Can I now go on this hiking trip with my school friends or college friends? Now answer me. Have you been a salesperson yourself? The answer is yes. Our very living is selling. We are all salespeople. It's just that when we are selling, we think there is an objective, and when others are, there is a catch. Don't you think we have to change that? Now let's look at these salespeople from inside and outside both. Starting with from outside, how do they conduct themselves? I'm sure you must have interacted with some of them. They're always smiling, they always look sharp, they will always be coming to you with some positivity, some energy, and they're very strong people. You will never feel, someone is just doing the job. They're always at it. They can talk to anybody. They are mostly speaking to strangers. They're almost always speaking to people they don't know. And something important I want to highlight, they can talk about anything. Absolutely anything. I'll give you one example. I'm sure, let's say, sir, if you go to buy a car, there'll be a salesperson who will be speaking about how the engine works, how much power it can generate, how it is safe for the environment, how it has less emission, and speak about all the technology. Is that person an engineer? No. You speak to anybody who is selling anything. Maybe you want to buy a television and speaking about all the vibrations, the color bands, and everything. Have they done any basic studies? No. I started as a medical rep. All medical reps are telling doctors, a few doctors in the room here, which medicine to prescribe for what. Are these people doctors? No. So tell me why a salesperson cannot go and tell about climate change, tell what people should change. And you know why? Because normal people listen to salespeople more than scientists, managers, their leaders, or their prime ministers. And therefore, I think there is a point there. They can travel anywhere, in any weather condition. When I was growing up, there was a saying, in the month of June, when the temperature outside is 48 degrees, you pick a stone and throw on the street, the person it hits is a salesperson. Now imagine, even in pandemic, they were traveling all the time. So they can go anywhere, be anywhere. A very interesting thought. Now this person was Vice President of the United States. And he is actually the one who started all this initiative, Al Gore. He went from place to place, such a powerful person. He went everywhere with this message. But he, and even being powerful, could reach only as many people. Imagine if you have more number of salespeople, how many can carry the message to this world? Well, they handle challenges almost routinely. They bridge the gap. Whenever you have gone to buy something, when you said that you do not have enough money, the price needs to be reduced, it was the salesperson who represented you. And it was the salesperson who represented the company to come back and say, well, if you can spend a little bit more, I can find something which is even better than what you're asking, and so on. They are the one who is always bridging the gap. They can take back the feedback from the market why people are not adopting, what needs to be changed. And therefore, I think they can bridge this gap. They handle insult. Many times, even we have downloaded our frustrations on them. Yes or no? And therefore, they know how to ignore the insult, stay focused on what you want to do. And guess what? People who want good for themselves are also not good to them, so they're used to this. They can handle the pressure. And something very important, they're so used to know. They don't get demotivated. No, they get demotivated, but they self-motivate themselves. And then they become more powerful and convert several no's to yes. Tell me, isn't it that every customer starts with a no, I don't want to buy, but then at the end, end up buying your products. So therefore, they're used to converting no's to yes. And they have friends everywhere. Even like, okay, if you want to find best restaurant, they have a person to call. If you want to find where to stay, they have a person to call. If you want to say, where do I buy my books? They have a person to call. And guess what? Even their customers and clients, they convert them into their friends, their contacts. So they are far more resourceful. So this is how they conduct themselves. Now let's look at it from inside, who they are, how they behave, their personality. If you go and find a person who is on phone and still working, who is on phone speaking to a customer, creating a quote for another customer, finding another pamphlet for another customer. They are the one who get that request that no, I cannot pay this much. They are the one who go back to the customer. They are scheduling themselves, they are scheduling their customers and so on. They're always working hard and multitasking. They chase timelines like no one. Of course, all of us chase timelines, but maybe we have one timeline to chase. I'm doing a software code in July, it should be complete. I'm working on a project, it should be complete in March. But these guys are working with 50 customers at the same time, and all of them have a deadline of this month end. So they manage their deadlines the best. Each one has their own character. You have one which is friendly. How do I help you? They try to understand the problem. There's someone who is very, very creative and said, actually, if you buy this product and that shade and this model, you will save this money and so on. And there are some people who are actually very, very articulate and they just get this done like that. So each one of them have their own character. They have to be very creative in saying their bit. Of course, the company gives them a guideline that this is what you need to say, but guess what? All of you have different flavors, and therefore they have to change the flavor of their message to suit your requirement. And therefore they know the same thing, how to say, who to say, when to say. Not only this, they have to think on the feet. Why don't you have a green model for this? Oh, fine. I didn't create it. But then, the reason we didn't create model is because we are trying to do an executive car, and generally executive cars are black or white or gray, so we ignored green. I hope you don't mind. They have to just think of it on the feet. On the feet means right there. What is the solution? What should I tell? What will fit? What is the justification? Why this car is so black? This I love. They are the most resilient class of people. They get so many rejections, so many insults. I don't want this. You are cheap. Your price is high. And they know how to bring themselves up. All the time they keep coming back and they keep coming up. Well, a lot of people don't want to be salesperson because it's a stressful job. Stress of sales target, timelines, reputation with the client, reputation with the manager, traveling to this city, getting up at 4 a.m., calling the customer, I'm here at 9 o'clock, you said you will meet me. Oh, I am busy. Meet me at 10. Oh, but then I have another meeting. They're dealing with all of that. And trust me, you don't know what kind of sales target they work with. They have big targets. They become used to bigger responsibilities. And that's what happens. No matter what you say or how casual they may look or how easy they are, they carry big responsibilities. And they still have to earn respect from the society, which they don't get a lot. And they find respect in another salesperson. You know why? Because they know what does it take to be there, isn't it? And eventually they create credibility. Credibility with their boss, with the company, with the customer. Otherwise, how will they get repeat business? Now, you also tell me, don't you say, oh, well, if I'm trying to buy a dress, maybe I'll go and see that person, go to that company. So they create credibility, and in the process, they make a life of themselves. If I have to ask you a question, what kind of a job will get you more money? Job which is harder to do or job which is easier to do? And therefore, salespeople make a lot of money. One is standing in front of you, right? So is this how you have always wanted to be? Smile, look sharp, talk to anyone, discuss anything, handle no, travel anywhere, anytime, handle objection, ignore insult, know what to do, and have a lot of friends? Yes or no? So I just made my point. Is it? That is your ideal person who doesn't get stopped by anything. That's the person who can stand and say, this is how much you have already ruined. This is how much is left. Are you with me or not with me? And trust me, they can carry the message forward. Now let's talk about what do you need for success? Hard work, multitasking, be on time, have a character of your own which people recognize, your signature, your DNA, chase target, close target, think on the feet, be creative, be resilient to pressure, insult, and all of that which is going on. Handle stress, be creative, earn respect, and be credible. If that's what you want to be successful, then give them this chance. They can change the world. I bet they can. Next time when you see the salesperson, give respect to him or her because they already are who you want to be. And remember, that is how you grow. And also, be nice to a salesperson. Maybe you can get a better deal. I don't know for sure, but you can get a better deal if you're nice to a salesperson. And I'll give you an emotional angle of that. There are commonalities between a salesperson and father. I'm sure if you think of your father, you'll see they are a money-earning machine of your family, and they're for the company. There's no substitute to the role which they play. For the both, they don't get a lot of respect. I'm sure the amount of respect your mom gets, your father doesn't. That could be probably because of advertisement as well, but they are the source of your luxury. Your luxury is directly proportional to their success. They are working all the time. They are unstoppable, and they generally get respect after they are gone. So remember, during pandemic, we all were saying doctors did this, paramedics did that, and all of that. But there was an army of people who was helping them. And they were mostly salespeople, medical representative, logistics people who made it happen. They're not selling you anything. They are your source of happiness, convenience, efficiency, ideas, concept, dreams, technology, and safety. They provide you that. In conclusion, give salespeople their due credit, the respect. They can help you in many ways. And of course, remember that during pandemic, they fought the fight against COVID along with you. Always they possess what you wanted, and I would want to end that and trust them with this responsibility, because you want to reach masses to get this thing done. This is not a small thing. You need to have an army, and the only way you can create an army with the right message, sell the idea through salespeople. With this, I rest my case. Thank you so much. You have been a lovely audience. It was amazing.